So guys, welcome to this amazing stream once again today because after a gap of few days, I'm going to share something amazing for all of you guys. And what is that? Well, you must have understood by looking at the title of today's session that I'm going to take. And ultimately, I'm going to talk about few things which are going to be completely life changing for you. And before that, let me ask you a question. I told you a couple of things that you need to try. Have you tried those things? Just let me know in the comment box if you have tried those techniques and tips that I have shared. If those tricks have helped you something, just let me know in the comment box whether it is helping or not. Right? Another point, I have shared amazing news with all of the members that you can join this amazing 4-week community by using installment option also. If you haven't checked, download the application and also see the video that I have shared in the description box, how to pay using installments. And you will be here itself in this wonderful community of people where you will get the community of like-minded people along with live practice sessions with me. Yes. So I'm looking forward to see all of you guys there itself. Those who are not yet in this 4-week community, right? I'll show you how to pay using the installment in the ending of the session as well. And you'll be able to understand this complete clarity about it. Another point here, let's come back to the topic in terms of getting clarity of using the useful tenses at your workplace. Now, most of the people, they always ask me, so I want to improve my English in order to communicate better at the workplace. Now, when it comes to understanding your workplace at that time, what is the most essential point? What do you think that when you communicate with people along with the different situations, what is that important thing that you find when you communicate with people? It would be amazing if you just share the same thing in the comment box. Let me see how many people are able to understand this particular thing, right? Because when we try to get clarity about understanding the importance of workplace communication, we get clarity in first way, and that first way is nothing but English is the most essential thing that when it comes to communication. But if I tell you a specific thing here, you will be able to understand that whenever we try to communicate with people at that time, it is important for us to understand the importance of email communication as well as our verbal communication that we directly do in our life. And when we do that particular stuff at that time, there are few things that you need to focus on in terms of getting clarity of your thought process as well as in terms of understanding the most useful tenses in your life. If you just observe, I'm going to give you one of the activity at the ending of the session also. If you follow that activity, you will get the clear picture of understanding the most useful tenses according to your requirement. I've seen certain things that people always try to mug up some sentences. People always try to understand that if I just practice these much set of sentences, it will be easier for them to communicate effectively. But no, whenever you try to see a different situation, you have a different thought in your mind. And according to that thought, you should be ready enough to understand how you can just make that particular statement and communicate effectively with people, right? So there is first thing that I would like to share today in terms of useful tenses that you want to use in your life and that you should use those things in your life is nothing but remember that simple present tense is the most useful tense. You will always find that you repeat most of the sentences every time whenever you communicate with people in your life. If you want to cross check it, you can just understand a specific thing. Whenever you want to ask something or whenever you want to just take something from your colleague, what do you do exactly? You just use a specific statement that is nothing but give me a piece of paper, give me a pen, or send me that email, whatever it may be. Whenever you use these kind of sentences, now you would be saying, sir, how is this simple present tense? As we have learned from you in the 5-day bootcamp, it is subject, V1, object, right? When it comes to subject, V1, object at that type, if you look at imperative statement, you'll be able to understand that this sentence is used most of the time in your life. And how do we use it? It is something that we start that particular statement by using V1 form directly without considering you as a subject. We actually omit that particular you. Why? Because if you keep repeating the same thing, I'll just repeat the same sentences. You give me a piece of paper. You give me a pen. You send me that email. If I say you and you again and again, there is no sense that you should use that you again and again. So if you just omit that you, because you already know that you are giving a specific instruction to someone else who is standing in front of you or sitting in front of you, whatever maybe the situation is. So in that particular case, what exactly you need to use, you just need to start that particular statement using V1 form of the verb. That is one of the most essential thing that you need to focus on in terms of understanding these things. right? So remember, whenever we interact with people, whenever we just order them, whenever we give some instructions, we use imperative sentences most of the time. That is nothing but simple present tense, right? So when we just use try to understand that, I'm also saying the same thing now. Try to understand that. I'm not saying you try to understand that. I'm just saying try to understand. We use simple present tense most of the time. It's just a thing that you need to observe these things consciously whenever you speak with people, whenever you work with people. And see, most of the people, I don't know why they are not understanding this particular thing. Try to think about it for a second and get clarity. Whenever you try to understand something, it automatically get registered in your mind. Whenever you try to repeat the same thing again and again, the same thing will be refreshed and you will be able to use that in any situation. If you continue the chain of these events regularly in your life, you will see that you can automatically understand that your mind has registered that particular scenario in your mind, those particular sentences in your mind, which you can use again and again without any kind of mistake. The same thing you need to do for so many sentences that you can use in your life. Right? For that purpose, maintaining consistency is very important. And that's why I have started this amazing thing, and that is nothing but you can easily understand that you need to communicate with people. You need to start understanding few of these things here, where you will get clarity about understanding the most essential things. And those things are nothing but focus on speaking every single day and upgrading yourself with like-minded people. That's why you need to join this amazing 4-week community, right? Another point, whenever we try to understand about something that is already accomplished, that is already done in your life in terms of your work or whatever it may be, use present perfect. Why do we use present perfect? What is the importance? People always get confusion about understanding simple past tense. Well, the similarity is there and the difference is also there. What is the similarity? One thing that you can find similar in between simple past tense and present perfect tense is nothing but both of the tenses, they deal with action which is completed at certain moment in the past. It can be at any time. Second thing, which is nothing but a difference, you will be able to see that when it comes to simple past tense at that time, there is no action. When we talk about present perfect tense at that time, there is something that you can relate with the present moment. For example, I have started YouTube streaming for my students. It is still going on. The effect is still there. That's why I'm using present perfect tense. If I just say, I started a few batches in the morning for the 5-day bootcamp. Now those batches are not continued. School tense and the sentence and that start with you. You'll be able to stop using useful imperative sentences in your life. And if you can make list of those sentences that you use, at least 5 sentences that you feel that these are the imperative sentences. And a couple of things in terms of interacting with people. If someone is asking you, have you completed that to you? If you are still working on that particular thing, you can simply say using simple present continuous tense. It's so simple to understand. There is no need to tell you how to use present continuous tense, but get back even if you want to see people, they ask me, I need communication, something like that. I need to do this. You need to complete your, you need to start. You'll be able to get clarity. This is the most important thing, right? Another factor here, whenever you try to understand these particular things at that time, always focus on getting clarity when it comes to your email communication. First part is nothing, the initial part where you just mentioned subject line and something like that. I'll just definitely take one of the session in terms of getting clarity of your email communication as well. But Whenever we just focus on understanding the content of that particular email, at that time, the most useful tenses that I find for most of the people is nothing but focus on getting clarity. If you are explaining a specific workflow to people, you can use imperative sentences. You can also use the simple present tense here, and that is nothing but you are just talking about the process that you follow. What do I mean by process? It repeats in this particular way. It happens like this particular thing, right? If you want to give anyone any kind of instruction about the workflow, you can just use this particular thing. And if you are just talking about something that you have completed, definitely you should stick to understanding the most essential part, and that is nothing but using present perfect tense, right? Whenever you give any kind of report, any kind of feedback at the time, what do you say? I have completed this and this. I have got this kind of results. The screenshot is attached below. I'll talk about this particular statement in a couple of minutes, and you'll get clarity about understanding the same thing. Whenever we start this at that time, make sure that you not complete this. Try to keep this compound career. But if you give these things, it will be easier to understand that yes, I'm able to understand whatever he is saying or whatever she is saying. Have you ever discussed with your senior manager or your managing director or CEOs at least sometime? If you just talk to them and if you are there, if they are interacting with you, you will feel that they will not use so many sentences. Most of the people, those who are at the higher position, they always try to prefer simple sentences and not complicated kind of sentences. They will talk with you for at least few minutes, but whenever they will discuss with you, they will give you lots of energy. You will feel energized with them. If you feel that yes sir, this has happened with me, let me in the comment box, right? It happens all the time, and I want you guys to understand the same skill that you can also master in your life to bring simplicity in terms of getting clarity of your communication skill, right? Most of the people, they are good communicators when it comes to their native language, but somewhere, even if you have this particular skill in your native language, you are able to communicate effectively with people when it comes to any language that you speak. But when it comes to English at a time, what is that particular thing that you are facing a lot of challenges? This is where you need to understand. Along with this particular thing, when it comes to getting clarity of a couple of things, you will be able to understand that you need to focus on getting clarity of certain things where you will be able to understand the useful tenses in your life, and you can automatically follow the same kind of thing, right? Right? Something that will like that using simple future subject. That's it. I will get back to you as soon as possible. You will tell them in clear words that yes sir, I understand your concern and I'll definitely get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for believing us. Most useful text that you use in your place, go through your emails, right? I want to follow this in this particular session. Go to that particular email, try to understand, read each and every statement that is given in the content part, right? You can skip the subject part, the beginning part, and the end of this particular email. But whenever you will focus on the content part at the time, you will be able to understand few things, and those things are nothing but try to understand each and every line. You will be able to see that you need to understand each and every tense there. You will get complete clarity that yes, this is the tense that I want to understand. This is simple present. This is present perfect tense. This is simple future. This is this car, whatever whatever the tense that you are able to understand there. Every single time, whenever you will go through this kind of content, your mind will automatically understand that yes, this is the tense that I checked in the previous email also. I will use this kind of thing now onwards. And this is what happens with our life. When we take feedback consciously at that time, we can easily work on these particular things, and these things will work like magic in your life. So make sure that you will check this email activity and you will complete that activity and you will let me know in the comment box that whether it is working or not. You just need to go through the content part of your email and you need to understand the useful tenses that you find there according to your life. This is the best way. You can always find this kind of things, right? So in terms of getting clarity of the same kind of thing, remember that whenever we try to understand couple of things at a time, we need to focus on getting clarity of the sentences that we are using. If you understand the structure, you will be able to use the same set of sentences again and again whenever you will be able to use that statement in any situation in order to write any email or in order to interact with people. Remember, this works like magic. Remember, it is one of the most essential things that you can follow in your life. You need to understand is, even if you understand that yes, I need to use this particular tense, I need to use that particular tense, now I'm able to get clarity about understanding the same thing. Practicing these things every single day is the most essential. No matter how much you try in terms of improving yourself by using theoretical understanding, it is essential for all of you to practice every single day. If you're already following this particular thing at your workplace, that's totally amazing. I really appreciate that particular thing. But if you really want to enjoy something amazing, I want you to be in this particular amazing community, which I have formed, and that is nothing but 4-week English grammar mastery community. People are improving themselves a lot. This is what we do every single week. Because every time we understand, if you have in this first economy, they were able to see amazing results in their life. And I want you to understand this thing because I work on a specific root cause analysis. Every single individual has a specific way of learning, has a specific way of understanding, right? And I believe in understanding few things: how a person is able to communicate, how the person is able to learn, and how a person is able to implement. Remember these three things. I work on these things in a simple and step by step manner. You already get the content that is already recorded. You can watch that and you'll get clarity about understanding the same thing. Second, you will be in the association with the like-minded people in our private Facebook community where you can practice anytime. Another important point, we meet at least 3 times a day and I give you my personal feedback there where you get complete clarity in terms of understanding few of these things. Remember that we need to go in the right direction. And when you understand some kind of things that yes, now I'm clear about everything, you can easily see this particular thing in your life that you need to go confidently in the direction of your dreams. When you understand this particular thing, no one can stop you. I want to tell you these particular things. I want you to take decision and be here in this particular community. And that's why I have brought this particular amazing option where you can join us using the installment option and you can definitely go ahead and understand this particular thing. Because there are multiple benefits of understanding the same kind of thing. You are getting the lifetime access to the content that I have given. And the most brilliant kind of thing is you will stick with me forever. I don't want any of you on his own journey or something like that until and unless independent, right? Most of the people they ask me, so who will correct me whenever I speak? Well, I'm making you confident enough to correct you yourself. This is the most important. To all the 4-week members of my family, I always tell that your journey is not understanding. If you are serious, if you are serious, I want you to understand that you need to get ready or understand the same thing, and it will be easier for you to master this skill in your life and take yourself to the next level. Remember this particular thing. See, there are few things that you need to understand here where you need to refresh your skills again and again. We all are human beings, right? And according to our learning style, if you use certain things for some days, it will be there with you. But if you not, you feel this, now I'm not able to understand. So for that purpose, remember that understand this specific thing, and you obviously understand how you can make payments using the installment option. Right? So if you go to the application, you can download it from the description box. You will be able to see that the discount code will be automatically applied. I have kept this particular thing for you guys only. So you can just go there. You can check this option, pay using installments. Once you go to this particular option, you will be able to understand that there are two options that I have given. First is nothing but 3697, and remaining you can pay after that. Once you click on pay installments, it will give you numerous options to pay using that particular option, and according to that, you can pay and join this amazing community. You will get the welcome message from me directly, and you'll be able to understand that you will be associated with the amazing people here, and this is how it will help you to get clarity about understanding the same thing. So do check out this particular thing where you will get complete by all people in terms of improving their workplace communication. Complete clarity to your communication skills. Make sure that you become the part of this community where I will give you at least 3 tips of it's not about learning English grammar. It's all about improving your language skills, keeping it on automation where you can improve your communication skill, where you can communicate with your seniors and engineers as well. Because most of the time, I feel people are always confident when they discuss with their for that purpose. Your language and your communication skills, you automatically get this bonus skill, and that is nothing but the public speaking. When you get with just things and you are ready to speak on any stage, that's why you need to be here in this amazing community. So download the application and don't forget to join this particular community. If you're running short, I have given you the wonderful option pay installments. To see all of you guys who are not yet in the 4-week community, I will be very happy to see you live. Thank you so much. Stream today. I will see you once again next live stream. Thank you so much energy, love, and happiness. For the time being, take care of yourself and take care of your family as well, and make sure that you keep learning.